For this round, we are looking for yes or no answers. Congress passed the first gun control legislation in 3 decades this past summer, but there's been disagreement about whether it went far enough. Would you raise the minimum age to purchase a semi-automatic rifle from 18 to 21 years old? Dr. Jones.
Yeah, I'm a gun owner myself. I served in the military. I took care of people that have been injured by guns. I also learned how to shoot M16 while I was in the military. I do believe that people need proper training to use these weapons, so I think this is something that should be investigated.
Yes or no?
Again, like I said, I think it's something that needs to be investigated, and that's something I would look into.
Okay, Assemblymember Kiley.
I think you've asked 2 yes or no questions, and we haven't gotten an answer on either of them. But I would not support that, given the evidence that we've seen right now. There's no evidence that would actually make our communities more safe. What I do support is greater assistance for mental health and for school safety and strengthening background checks. And I actually have sponsored legislation to detect early warning signs for possible active shooter situations in schools that has gotten broad support from law enforcement and from groups that advocate for safety in our schools.
Would you ban large capacity magazines that hold 15 or more bullets?
Again, I don't think that there's any evidence to show that that's going to actually move the needle in terms of safety. What I think we should do is pursue solutions that have been actually shown on the basis of evidence to work. And I also think we should, by the way, that here in California, we have the strictest laws in this respect of any in the country. And there's a lot of ways in which the current laws aren't being enforced. We have a lot of felons out there who are illegally in possession of weapons, and our Department of Justice really isn't doing much about it. So I don't think the solution is to pile on regulation after regulation after regulation at the federal level.
Dr. Jones, would you vote to ban large capacity magazines?
I would, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Many voters are concerned about threats to our democracy. So again, yes or no, do you blame former President Trump for the January 6th Capitol riots? We'll start with you, Dr. Jones.
Being someone that was in the military and actually served with people that deployed overseas and protected our democracy, I do think that we need a president that is willing to stand up and not force these insurrections from occurring.
Do you blame the former president for the insurrection?
I do, yeah.
And
I blame the folks who committed these acts of violence. It was a horrifying event. It was one of the worst days in our country's history, and I blame those people as the ones responsible.